What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
This is the OPS pregame report.
It's a bitter, cold night at Homestead High School, the crown jewel of Southwest Allen County and home to the game of the year in conference play. It's Homestead and Snider, two crosstown rivals, battling out for the top spot in the SAC. Good evening. I'm Anthony Gery, joined alongside color broadcaster Noah Johanningsmeier and sideline reporters Jenna and Dahouk, as we are just about 10 minutes away from tip-off of tonight's game. And Noah, we have been waiting for this one all season long since it was clear that these were the two dominant teams in the SAC.
This is exactly what the SAC fans have been waiting for all season long, the battle between the two top teams in the SAC.
And now let's get into the OPS pregame show, starting by taking a look at the SAC standings. And Noah, you can see right here why this game is so huge.
Yep, the two teams at the top of the SAC, and whoever wins this one most likely going to walk away with the SAC title at the end of the season.
Essentially a championship game for the conference. Winner takes all. Now let's take a look at Homestead's busy schedule starting last week and a half ago. 5 games in 11 days with 4 already played. It started last Tuesday with the girls getting a win over North Central without Ayanna Patterson. Next, taking care of Southside and Lawrence North in back-to-back days. Then this past Tuesday, in a game that came down to the final minutes, Homestead beat Mishawaka Marion.
This team has been so impressive as of late, dominating teams left and right, and to get a win over North Central, a top team in the state, without their star Ayanna Patterson, Homestead showing why they are such a great team, and they have just been playing so great as of late.
And these 4 games don't even tell the whole story about this run that they've had. They haven't lost a game since the mid-November loss to Noblesville.
Yeah, it has been a very long stretch, all the way up to a 12-game winning streak for the Spartans, and they ride that momentum into this one.
And another big event that happened over the eventful 2 weeks was the Homestead girls basketball team being ranked the #1 team in the state of Indiana in every major poll. The coaches poll, the AP poll, and the computer-based Sagarin ratings all have Homestead on top.
Undoubtedly the #1 team in the state, the Homestead Spartans right now. They have been playing great all around, and we've just looked at it. How they have been playing just in the last 11 days show you why they are the #1 team in the state.
And speaking of the polls, let's take a look at the most recent 4A media poll. And Noah, the thing that jumps out to me is the fact that there are 3 area teams on this list. In Class 4A, over the last 5 years or so, we've seen Homestead in this poll, but other than Southside for a few weeks, no other girls team in the class of 4A has been on here.
The Fort Wayne area stepping up right now. Columbia City, a 17-0 start to the season. Fantastic. Homestead and Snider been on tears as of late. They're going to face off here tonight. The Fort Wayne area is having a fun year of hoops.
And Homestead has beaten some of the other teams, or they've played a couple other teams. Their only loss of the season, tied #4, it's Noblesville. And then they've also beaten the #7 and tied for the #8 team with both North Central and Fishers.
Homestead has had a very tough schedule so far this season, and that is shown with their 15th strength of schedule according to Sagarin ratings.
And we're going to take our first break here on the OPS pregame show. When we come back, we'll take a look at the visiting Snider Panthers, the true importance of this game, and the keys to the game for both teams. You're watching Homestead High School Hoops on Homestead Live.
wait to get you home.
Ooh, I'm gonna eat you up when you go home. Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait. I'm just gonna bite you.
Oh, baby, that looks amazing. Marcos, pizza lovers get it.
Marco's Pizza, located at 10345 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead Media's athletics coverage.
Welcome back to the OPS pregame show. I'm Anthony Gery alongside Noah Johanningsmeier, and now taking a look at the Snider Panthers. After a slow 1-2 start to the year, they have been hot as of late and have rattled off 12 straight victories, including wins over 3 top 15 teams in the state, according to the Sagarin ratings.
It's so impressive how this team was able to turn it around after that 1-2 start, getting nice wins over multiple top 5 teams in just a week stretch with North Central and Fishers. And then they also got that dominating win at Carmel, 60-36. This Snider team is very dangerous, and they are on a hot stretch right now.
Those 2 wins over North Central and Fishers really turned the season around, and then even later, the dominant win over Carmel just shows that this is a whole new Snider team than the first 3 games of the year.
Yeah, they have been keeping the momentum going just like the Spartans. They are both on hot stretches right now, so this is a fun one to watch here tonight.
And a lot of the sacks for the Panthers have come with Coach Sims' diversified offense with 3 main scoring attacks. Jordan Poole, Destiny Craig, and Jaya Levette have been the 3 leading the way for the squad, as all 3 of them average at least 12 points per game.
Yeah, if you're Coach Sims, you have to be so happy with the 3 players you have scoring double digits right now. Jordan Poole, Destiny Craig, both sophomores, already playing great basketball, averaging double digits, and then Jaya Lovette leading the way with those 15.7 points per game.
You can tell the future looks bright for Snider. 2 sophomores leading the way for their team, and then 1 senior who's played phenomenal all year long. This looks like a team that could really be vying for a sectional conference title the next couple of years.
Yeah, they have not made a sectional title since have not won a sectional title since 2015. But with these great sophomores they have right now, they definitely could get one in this year or in the next couple of years.
And you see the Panthers, they are the definition of a balanced attack, but how does it fare against this Spartan team? Well, it fares pretty evenly. Both teams average an even 64.6 points per game, with a slight edge going to the Spartans in all other categories.
Yeah, you look at the score comparisons between these 2 teams, it's just another 0.5 for Snider. But then looking at the rebounds and 3-point field goal percentage, that's really where you see the difference between these 2 squads so far this year. Homestead, a great rebounding team, and then they also have the ability to shoot it from beyond the arc. So those are definitely going to be key factors in this one.
And you see the keys that we've been talking about, the keys to the Spartan success that we've been talking about all season long. Their 3-point percentage is very high compared to a lot of the teams in the state of Indiana, 38%. And of course, having Ayanna Patterson, having that 6'3" wing playing for your team, of course you're going to lead in rebounds.
Yeah, having Ayanna Patterson is so nice for the Spartans, being able to get that consistent rebounder and then also draw attention inside, which makes it easier for the 3-point shooters and gets them those wide open threes that increases the 3-point field goal percentage up to that 38 they are shooting on the season.
You see, the only slight edge for Snider is that they have less turnovers, and that is going to be one of the most important things for both teams. Snider forcing turnovers and Homestead trying not to turn the ball over.
Homestead, definitely the turnovers, they have been an issue. And the one loss we saw the Spartans suffer this season, it was Noblesville, and they turned the ball over left and right. They could not get the ball across half court. We could see Snider go with that same press Noblesville did. It will be interesting to see if the Spartans have developed and learned from the mistakes in that Noblesville game and can get through that press and not turn over the ball as much as they did.
In a couple areas where these teams are so even is in the average margin of victory. Homestead averages 23.7 points for victory. Snider, 26. It could be a little bit difference in competition, as Homestead, of course, the 15th ranked strength of schedule, and Snider the 34th. So those teams pretty even in that category.
Yeah, Snider and Homestead, they have dominated all season long. Having an average margin of over 20 points per game means you are a dominant team, and just both of them been on super hot stretches, both winning the last 12 games they've played. This is a very fun game to watch here tonight.
And some star players for both teams that are going to have to stand out. We already talked to you about the 3 for Snider. All 3 of them are going to have to step up to the occasion. But then you have Homestead's big 3, and they've been the big 3 all season long. Ayanna Patterson, Molly Stock, Allie Stevens have just been what the Homesteads have gone back to, what they rely on, their crutch, every single game this year.
Ayanna Patterson, definitely the one leading the way, but you cannot discredit Allie Stevens and Molly Stock. They stepped up big in the game. Ayanna Patterson missed the North Central game, both scoring into the 20s. And on the season, Molly Stock averaging 9 points per game, shooting 47% from beyond and 94% from the charity stripe. She has been an electric scorer for the Spartans and has been crucial, along with Allie Stevens, averaging 12 points per game and shooting 40% from the field. Those two have been dangerous for the Spartans all season.
And then when you add in Emma Royce to that squad, a 55% three-point shooter, that really gives you your all-around shooting attack that Homestead has and that Homestead loves to go back to.
It's what makes this team so dangerous, to have those three-point shooters, and then Ayanna Patterson, the dominant post force down low, really shows you why the Spartan team is number 1. They are just impossible to guard because you try to pack in the paint and stop Ayanna Patterson, but then that just leaves three-point shooters open, and this team has a bunch of three-point shooters.
They're going to be hard to stop. They have been hard to stop all year long. Only one team has had success in stopping Homestead, and that was Noblesville. And their aggressive force, full court press, and of course with Ashland Shade.
They definitely want to get into that. The Panthers do. Get into the press. Force pressure on the ball for the Spartans. They struggle when they are pressured by the ball, and the Panthers need to force some turnovers.
And now we're going to send it down to sideline reporter Jenna Lane, who's standing by with Coach Rod Parker. Jenna?
Thanks, Anthony. I'm here with Coach Rod Parker. And, Coach, with only 2 weeks left in this season, tonight features 2 undefeated teams in the SAC. Now, obviously, the winner will have the upper hand towards a conference championship. So what do the Spartans need to do tonight to beat Snider?
Well, we're going to have to be very good on defense tonight. We're going to have to force Snider to shoot, perimeter jump shots and not get direct drives to the basket. We can't let their pressure score, and we're going to have to rebound the basketball very well tonight.
All right, thanks, Coach. Anthony, back to you.
Thank you, Jenna. And Coach Parker said it himself. It is all about the rebounding. It's about protecting the shot, and that's what Homestead's going to look to take care of tonight. With that, we're going to take our final break here on the OPS pregame show. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups for both teams and tip-off of the girls' basketball game of the year. You're watching a production of Homestead Live.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
To get you home.
Ooh, I'm gonna eat you up when you go home. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Can't wait. I'm just gonna bite you.
Oh, baby. That looks amazing. Marcos, pizza lovers get it.
Marco's Pizza, located at 10345 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead Media's athletics coverage.
Welcome back to Homestead High School, home to the eyes of many, with two great basketball games to be played tonight. And now let's take a look at the starting lineups for both teams, starting with the 13-2 Snider Panthers. Their starters include Jordan Poole, Nene Donahue, Destiny Craig, Jaya Lafette, and Samantha Kabish.
Yeah, it's a nice Snider starting five, and it's really Jordan Poole and Jaya Lovett who are going to lead the way.
Those two are going to be essential going against this Homestead team, and Homestead starters have stayed the same all season long. Emma Royce, Molly Stock, Allie Stevens, Maggie Kinsley, and Ayanna Patterson.
It's been the same five all season long, and except for one bad game, it has worked all season long.
Those five are so dominant, and they work together so well. The experience, they're hard to guard. Now we're going to take a look at our keys to the game for both teams, starting with Snider. You have to make your three-pointers. You have to be aggressive on defense. You have to force turnovers. You have to play exactly how Noblesville did to beat Homestead.
We were talking about it earlier. Forcing the turnovers is going to be crucial to try to beat this Homestead team. They are an efficient offense. They are able to knock down shots. You got to turn over the ball and get out in transition and score on this team quickly.
And for Homestead, with the major height advantage, you got to get the ball to Ayanna and get out of the way. Let her do her thing. Let her work. And then, of course, just on the flip side for Homestead, limit the backcourt turnovers.
Yeah, just do not turn over the ball if you're the Spartans. And then, like you said, get Ayanna the ball and get out of the way. That's exactly what the Spartans can do in this one to be able to be a dominant force with Ayanna Patterson leading the way to the victory.
And Snider will most likely be bringing their press. At least we expect them to. It has worked against Homestead a lot this season, and they are a team that loves to press the basketball. They love to play very quick and very fast.
Yeah, they absolutely love to get out quick. We saw them go on a dominant run in the third quarter against Northrop last Friday, and that is dangerous playing for Homestead. You cannot let Snider go on a major run like they were able to against Northrop.
Your officials for the game today are Jay Larman, Nathan Meshberger, and Matthew Sheehan taking the floor, calling this game. The officials ready for this highly anticipated game. The stands are packed, most for a girls basketball game this year, and it's time for tip-off. At the Homestead Spartans win, Ayanna Patterson with her height does not lose that often. Homestead, Patterson underneath, spinning, and up and in off the glass. There's Ayanna Patterson making an impact early.
Even with the double team, Ayanna Patterson able to finish strong.
And here comes Snider, a high-scoring offensive team with a beautiful ball movement. And one. Destiny Craig puts it in.
That is what you want to see if you're the Panthers early on. Get good looks down low, and Craig found one. And drew the foul through contact on Ayanna Patterson to knock that in and get a foul. That is not very common.
Homestead does not want to see that first foul on Ayanna Patterson. Snider is likely going to be attacking Patterson, trying to get her into foul trouble and take Homestead's best player out of the game. Free throw good, and here is the press for Snider. We'll see how Homestead handles it. They didn't handle it well versus Noblesville.
Homestead able to get through the press with that nice ball movement.
Ball movement continues on offense. Wide open. Beautiful pass from Allie Stevens to a wide open Maggie Kinsley. Homestead takes a 4-3 lead.
Kinsley caught the defense sleeping there, just cut back door. No one else was there. Found herself wide open. Easy 2 points.
And you can see on the floor the height advantage that Homestead has as Patterson gets a hand on the ball. Snider keeps possession.
Snider got to be careful with it. Don't want to turn it over.
Poole with a deep three. Ball on the ground. And picked up by Patterson for Homestead. She's going on the fast break, crosses midcourt, picks up her dribble, and gets it away. Open three for Molly Stock. She knocks it down. Homestead, crowd exploding. They're up to an early 4-point lead.
And Snider playing a zone defense on that defensive possession. Maybe not going to work. You're going to leave three-point shooters open in that zone D, and we just saw it right there. Homestead can knock those three-point shots down when they're wide open.
And with zone being Homestead's kryptonite so far this season, it's nice to see them get that three-pointer, get that open look. Long defensive stand for Homestead. Ball on the ground, and it can't be saved by Jordan Poole. Great steal by Molly Stock, and ball back to the Spartans.
Snider on offense, they got to slow it down, calm down, go slow, go at your own pace. Don't let the Spartans dictate the pace of this game.
And Molly Stock, who had that three, is going to be so important for Homestead and the ball movement tonight. Free throw line three, no good for Maggie Kinsley. Snider with offensive possession.
Even though that didn't fall, that's exactly what you want if you're the Spartans. Find the open hole in the zone.
Nay Donahue with the floater. Knocks it down. 2-point lead for the Spartans. Stevens, open three, knocks it down. The ball movement again, and another three for Spartans.
Just lack of effort there for the Panthers. You got to close out on Allie Stevens. You got to know the scouting report. She can bury threes left and right. Close out on Allie Stevens, or else she'll make you pay.
Great ball move for Snider. Shot can't fall for Nene Donahue. Allie Stevens, deep three, no good, and rebounded by Poole.
Once again, a mistake leaving Allie Stevens open, but she wasn't able to get that one to fall.
Pull up three for Poole, no good. Just like that, Homestead back on offense. Ball swatted, fast break, kept alive, and out of bounds. Homestead ball, great effort by Nene Donahue.
That's exactly what you want to see if you're the Panthers. Aggressive defense. Play with a lot of energy. You cannot be lazy out there against this Spartan team. They are an electric scoring offense. You got to play good D.
Largest crowd at any girls basketball game, maybe even any home game this year. Patterson, double guarded, shot no good, gets her own board. Jump ball called, and a great defensive play. Possession goes to Snider.
After a couple defensive possessions in a row, Snider didn't look too good. That one right there, that's what you want to see all game long if you're a Panthers fan. Playing great defense, getting in the passing lanes, and then when Patterson got it down low, playing aggressive, get the double team, and force the jump ball.
Snider taking up slowly, taking their time. Feels like the first time this game has been a little bit calm since the start. Poole drives inside, laid it up, and it's blocked by Patterson. Ball on the ground, Snider keeps possession. Poole outside the Levette, she drives inside, back out to Poole.
Snider slowing it down on offense. They need a good look. I think they should attack the basket right here.
And here comes the attack. Levette to the basket. No good, and Homestead recovers. Ball stolen right back away. Craziness on the floor, and Homestead gets it, and Ayana Patterson draws the foul on Levette.
Homestead lucky to not turn it over there. Kinsley just did not know where she was throwing the ball to. Almost turned it over.
Look at this block by Patterson. She barely blocked it, but got the fingertip in there to put it up against the backboard. Patterson never ceasing to amaze. Pump fake by Stevens. Mid-range, knocks it down. Allie Stevens is finding energy early.
And that's what happens when you pack in the paint. You got to close out quickly. Allie Stevens recognized the closeout coming quick at her, so she pump fakes, gets to the defender in there, goes, gets a wide open mid-range jump shot to fall in.
Snider looking to find a way to penetrate this man. Defense shot, no good. Rebounded by Stock. Fast break, tipped away to Snider. Levette, mid-range, no good, and rebounded by Kinsley.
That was a good look, just couldn't get it to fall. You got to get those to the fall if you're the Panthers.
Patterson one-on-one, no good, gets her own rebound. Bodies and blocked by Samantha Kabish. The rare block on Ayana Patterson.
And it's really rare for Ayana Patterson to make mistakes down low. But if you're going to call one out, that's where she made a mistake. Double team down low when Allie Stevens was wide open out at the top of the key. Should have kicked it out, but went up and got blocked.
Second play this game where Ayana Patterson wasn't able to get a shot to fall and had an open three-point shooter off beyond the arc, like wide open. Poole in the corner, guarded by Homestead's arguably the best defensive player, Molly Stock. Shot for Craig, no good. And they're going to call a foul on the rebound. That one going on Sierra Sims.
Snider just not able to get in any momentum whatsoever on offense right now. So they got to start forcing some turnovers on defense and get out in transition. Start to see some shots fall in, and then they could get some momentum building their way.
Stevens blocked again. That's the second block for Kabish. Open three look. Craig. No good offensive board for Kabish. A cheese block by Emma Royst.
Back and forth, these teams making electric defensive plays.
Pass from Kinsley to Patterson. No good and hit out of bounds off of Sims.
And right now, if you're the Spartans, you have a chance to get it up to double digits, maybe even 9 points right now with a 7-point lead. Try to get some nice points here. Continue building on that lead.
Open three look. Allie Stevens. 8 points, 2 threes, 3 for 3 total. Stevens on fire.
Allie Stevens, 12.2 points per game on the season and 8 already with 2 minutes left in this first quarter.
Ayanna Patterson and Allie Stevens communication. Look at this three. Beautiful arc. Nothing but net.
Rethink your limits.
Anderson, touchdown, Homestead! Three dribbles in, mid-range jumper up. He got it! Zach Kruger hit the shot.
Welcome back to Homestead High School. Homestead leads 15-5 over Snider.
Yeah, nice start for the Spartans, and it's been Allie Stevens leading the way, knocking down multiple threes and a mid-range jump shot.
Mid-range jump shot, no good for Kabish. Patterson on the fast break, takes her time and resets for Homestead. Three-pointer, no good for Kinsley. Levette on the other side takes a long two, no good. Ball on the ground and received by Snider, laid up and in. Great play by Sierra Sims.
Yeah, nice one there for the Panthers, being able to get the offensive rebound. Second chance points, huge.
Allie Stevens with a little bit of a deep heat check, no good. Now Snider back on offense, trying to find momentum, gets the foul. And Jordan Poole is going to head to the line. That foul going on Molly Stock. Her first.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want for the Panthers right now. Being able to attack the rim, and if you can draw contact, get to the free throw line, start to see the ball go in the hoop more and more, they will get some momentum going. This is a high-scoring offense. Haven't seen it too much yet in this first quarter, but they could get some momentum building here.
Free throw. Off the rim and in. Allie Stevens subbed out of the game for Evie Bottoms. First time we're seeing Bottoms in the game tonight. Second free throw for Poole. No good and rebounded by Ayanna Patterson. Stock over to Royce. Homestead trying to keep this ball movement up. They're going to call a foul away from the ball on Jaya Levette.
And Ayanna Patterson will constantly draw fouls all game long, whether it's down low fighting for a position or going up for a shot. She is just a dominant force that you gotta play aggressive to stop, which will get you in foul trouble.
Bottoms to inbound for Homestead. Homestead so successful off the inbound pass usually, getting open shots and running quick plays. Another foul away from the ball called. That one on Destiny Craig.
Just not the mistakes you want to be making right now. Getting fouls left and right off the ball if you're the Panthers, trying to build some momentum here.
And now the refs converging on who the foul was on. And now they properly assign the foul to Destiny Craig.
And you knew it from the beginning, Anthony.
Stock inbounds it to Patterson. Homestead trying to keep that ball movement up. Stock with the three. Knocks it down from deep. Homestead's lead back up to 10. 52 seconds left in the first.
Homestead able to get threes left and right. Snider's got to close out on these three-point attempts.
They've got to get some offense early. Long jump shot. No good. Offensive board again. And blocked by Patterson. And Stock called for the over and back. She caught it just past half court, and those are the turnovers that you can't have.
Now double digits down right now in this first quarter. The Panthers have got to start coming back in this one and get some momentum. This is a huge possession, trying to build some momentum up for the Panthers.
Coach Parker doing what he likes to do, and that is if he gets a chance, he'll take Ayanna Patterson out for a few seconds before the end of the quarter or the end of the half, just to give her a little bit more rest. Snider on offense, and they're going to call a foul on Molly Stock, hanging too close on defense. That'll be her second.
And right there shows you why Coach Parker takes out Ayanna Patterson with 30 seconds left in some quarters, just to avoid those late fouls. You often see a lot of fouls towards the end of quarters.
And now both teams in foul trouble. Molly Stock with 2 fouls, and Jaya Levette with 2 fouls for Snider. Levette still in the game. Just under 10 seconds. Deep three. Step back for Poole. Beautiful. Nothing but net. 4 seconds. Homestead will see if they can get up a shot. Stolen away. And Donahue can't get the final shot up. Homestead at the end of the first quarter up by 7. But watch out, because the Panthers are coming back. Welcome back to Homestead High School. Now we're going to send it down to our sideline reporter, Nada Dahouk, who's hereby with the story.
Anthony, the girls behind me are ranked #1 in every major poll in Indiana, including the Saturday computer ratings, the coaches poll, and the Class 4A poll. This is the second time in history that the girls have accomplished this feat. The first time was back in 2017, which ended with the girls winning the state title down in Indianapolis. Anthony, back to you.
Thank you, Nada. And like you said, Homestead ranked #1 in all polls. We talked about it on the pregame show. Nana just talked about it there. And this is feeling like a team that could really win a state title.
Yeah, we saw potential for a state title run last year when they got into the regional finals, kind of shockingly knocking off Noblesville and then getting to overtime against Carroll. They really are a team with a great chance to get deep into the tournament.
A lot of potential, only with 1 loss, and that loss being to Noblesville, who they could likely see again in the regional. They were to play. That would easily be the game of the year, #1 versus likely #2. Patterson, beast mode underneath the basket again. She doesn't look phased, up to 4 points in this game.
Yeah, and it hasn't really been the story of Patterson as much as it has been the story of the Spartans' ability to knock down triples so far in this one. Snider packing in the paint and giving the three-pointers to the Spartans.
Ball on the ground, and a jump ball is going to be forced to be called. Possession arrow sticks with Snider. A little bit of convergence on defense between Emma Royce and Maggie Kinsley. Trying to work out who their man is, who they need to guard. Inbound tipped by Kinsley on the ground, and that's going to be another jump ball. This time, possession arrow going to Homestead.
Mistakes like that you just cannot afford to have against the #1 team in the state. If you're the Panthers, you got to play a great game of basketball, limit your mistakes, and force the Spartans to make those mistakes.
Bottoms loses control of the ball, gets across half court. On the ground, Kinsley gets away, and another jump ball, this time going with Snider.
Another one. It's just back and forth. Jump ball, and this time it goes to the Panthers. Really, for the Panthers here, we saw Jordan Poole knock down a clutch shot at the end of that first quarter to cut it within single digits. Maybe get it back to her, see what she can do on this possession.
Jordan Poole, 1 for 3 from three-point range so far this game. The ball tipped by Molly Stock and recovered. Another steal for Stock. Patterson underneath, shot no good. Tries to get her own rebound and can't hold on. Craig on the fast break. Back outside to Poole, and she's going to pass it around the outside. Step back three for Levette. Knocks it down, not a three, but a beautiful shot for Levette.
Levette, a great player, a transfer from California, and she has proven to be an electric scorer in her career.
Homestead trying to answer on offense, protecting their 7-point lead as best they can. Patterson underneath again. Ayanna Patterson. It doesn't matter how many people you're going to put on her. She'll knock it down.
Ayanna Patterson, no matter how many defenders are around her, she still will have at least a 5-inch advantage over all of them. So she is going to be able to get nice looks at the rim every possession.
Pass stolen by Patterson. Poole tried to get tricky. And the ball tipped in the air. Patterson to the ground. Snider on offense and lays it up and in and one.
Man, that is not what you want to see if you're the Spartans. You look like you're about to get a steal, and then it quickly turns into a Panther and one.
You can see this. Patterson was just knocked to the ground. No whistle from the referees. Now Snider to the line to make this a 6-point game. No good and rebounded by Patterson. Pass from Royce to Stevens. She hesitates, knocks it down, and just like that, Allie Stevens is in double digits.
Allie Stevens playing amazing tonight, finding herself in great spots almost every other possession.
And how does Snider respond to the way Allie Stevens is playing when you still have to worry about Molly Stock and Ayanna Patterson? Pass way off for Dahouk. Second shot, no good. She gets it back. Snider back on offense, and a foul by Maggie Kinsley, sending Destiny Craig to the line.
Just some sloppy play, ending up in drawing a foul. Snider not playing that great on offense right now, but they are starting to build up momentum. They have improved from how they were playing early on in the first quarter, and they keep on improving. They could cut back into this one.
First free throw, no good for Craig at the line. Dahouk talking with Coach Sims, trying to figure out something to get going on offense. Next free throw, no good, but another offensive rebound for Snider. Pass unclean. Poole keeps hold of the ball. Pass blocked by Patterson and stolen right back. Dahouk double guarded and stolen by Stevens. And a foul called on Jordan Poole. What a change of events.
Allie Stevens just coming out playing like she has not before. Already up to 10 points, and we just saw some aggression on defense there, stripping the ball away and taking possession for the Spartans.
Allie Stevens not known for being a defensive player, but tonight she's doing it all. Another turnover for the Spartans. Levette trying to make a play. Beautiful pass to Craig. And Snider finding some momentum with the crowd and on offense.
And we talked about it in the pregame show. Turnovers for the Spartans have been a struggle so far this season, and ones like those could hurt them in this one.
Maggie Kinsley doing arguably what she does best and picking up a foul. And that is good news for the Spartans, because Maggie Kinsley she's turned her season around from the free throw line, and as of late hasn't been missing much. She's up to 68% on the season.
Yeah, Maggie Kinsley been able to improve her free throw shooting throughout this season, and now with a chance to get this lead up to 9 if she can knock down both for the Spartans.
First free throw good. Homestead has come out really strong on offense, at least they did in the first quarter. But a lot of turnovers recently for both teams. Second free throw good for Kinsley.
And now if you're the Panthers, the lead is back up to 9 for the Spartans. So Snider has to get something going on offense here. Whether it's a good look inside, attacking the basket with Poole or Craig, or just Poole going iso ball, taking a jump shot. We saw it at the end of the first quarter.
Snider also has to get this girl, Lavette, going, and she misses a shot. Rebound by Emma Royst. Pass from Stock to Stevens, deflected out of bounds off of Dahouk. And how about Nene Dahouk? She has been playing her heart out this game. We've seen her diving out of bounds. That play, jumping to her limit, going for the ball.
Yeah, Dahouk on the offense and defensive end, forcing second chance opportunities and making it hard for the Spartans on offense.
Sydney Freem called for the 5-second violation. That is another Spartan turnover.
Turnovers really are what is keeping the Panthers in this game right now. The Spartans not being able to take control of the ball.
And it looked like early in the game, Homestead was riding the high of the crowd. They were loud to start, and they were making everything, no mistakes. But as of late, crowd has died down, haven't been really doing much on offense. And a travel called on Samantha Kabish. She took one too many steps going for the shot and pass, and that's another Snider turnover.
That's not the mistake you want to make if you're the Panthers right now. They had a chance for a wide open 3 out in the corner, but a traveling violation takes it away.
Pass from Royce to Patterson. Beautiful, and Patterson does her work. Up to 8 points.
Panthers had a defender in front and behind Patterson. Still does not matter. Her size is just undeniable. Gets the ball with ease and then can finish over the shorter defender with ease. It's going to be near impossible for the Panthers to stop her tonight.
Dahouk from deep hits an absolute beautiful shot. 8-point lead for the Spartans. Snider not falling away.
Dahouk continues to make an impact for the Spartans on both, or for the Panthers on both ends of the court tonight.
Patterson goes iso ball and picks up the foul. She's headed to the free throw line.
Patterson, a 73% free throw shooter on the season, and she has really improved from last year and is now someone the Spartans want to see at the line.
Last year, a 66% free throw shooter, but she did have a little bit of crutch for the crunch time. Not the best free throw shooter coming down to the clutch. Of course, that has changed this year. Patterson has been so much improved from the free throw line. Second free throw knocked down. Homestead's lead back up to double digits. Question again is, how does Snider respond? And it's with the turnover. Spartans on offense. Stevens, fast break, makes a move, drives in. No foul called. Board by Patterson and in off the glass.
Ayanna Patterson now up to 12 points. She is scoring with ease left and right now for the Spartans.
Quick jumper by Poole, no good. Offensive board for Lavette.
The Spartans with a zone defense, and it has been working pretty well in this second quarter, forcing difficult shots for the Panthers.
Drive to the basket, and a foul picked up by Destiny Craig. And that foul's going to go on Sydney Freem.
Yeah, the sophomore, Destiny Craig, a 15-point per game scorer, up to 7 points on the night for the Panthers. Been the leading force for the Panther offense so far tonight.
Craig knocks down the first free throw. Deficit chopped to 11 points. Second free throw on the way, and good. That is exactly what Snider needs right now. More points on the board. Homestead, they have 10 seconds to get the ball across. This press is messing with their offense. And a timeout taken by Coach Parker. It's going to be a 30-second timeout.
And there's the full court press that we have been talking about for a while that the Snider defense needs to be able to do.
Now we're taking a look at the real-time stats. Shooting has not been the problem for Homestead. 60% from the field, 80% from three, and 100% from the line. It's just been the turnovers for Homestead.
We said it in the pregame show. The turnovers are what can bring this Spartan team down. They are a great shooting team. They're a great rebounding team. But when it comes to turnovers, they have an issue with being able to stay clean with the ball and not turning it over.
Homestead came into this game averaging just under 13 turnovers per game, already up to 9 in this one. Just makes you think, had they been more in line with their average, how much of a lead they'd have right now. Patterson gets the tip off a short pass, can't hold on. Snider on offense, deep three, no good, and kept by the Panthers. Levette, floater, knocks it down. And there's Jael Levette that we know.
Levette, a great scorer, and showing it right there with that attack at the rim.
Beautiful, and I mean beautiful pass from Allie Stevens to Ayanna Patterson, as now Patterson is up to 14 points.
Snider already been packing in the paint, but they might have to bring in another defender, maybe even start triple teaming Patterson because they cannot find a way to stop Patterson right now.
They have to start taking charges as Poole takes a three, no good. And Ayanna Patterson with her 9th rebound in just the first half.
And the Panthers just consistently settling for jump shots left and right. They need to attack the basket. We saw it 2 possessions ago for the Panthers when Levette attacked the basket, and it worked.
Open three for Bottoms, no good. Rebound by Freem, and picks up the foul. 44.7 seconds left to go in the second quarter, and now Sydney Freem with a chance to extend the lead.
Yeah, already a double-digit lead for the Spartans with 45 seconds left in this second quarter. They have played phenomenal in this first half to be up double digits on this great Panthers team. The Snider Panthers won 12 games in a row entering this one, and right now they are down double digits, showing why the Spartans are the #1 team in the state.
First free throw good. It's the bonus. A 1-and-1 for Freem. First free throw, she'll get a second one and knock that one down too. 12-point lead for Homestead. Homestead looking for one last stop on defense potentially. We'll see if Snider holds the basketball for the final shot. 30 seconds left. There's no shot clock in the state of Indiana. Looks like they will choose to attack, and now Homestead with a chance to get the final shot.
And we often see the Spartans hold for the final shot, so don't be surprised if that's what they're going to do here.
Royce dribbling up top, 10 seconds left in the half. Landergan recently entering the game. Tries to get rid of the ball. It's turned over to Donahue. Picks up the foul at the buzzer, and she's going to head to the line to shoot 3 heading into the half.
That's just not the mistake you want to make if you're Allie Stevens. Letting Snider go into the break with some free throws, it is not what you want to do.
And a chance to cut this lead down to 9. And it sounds like the Homestead bench and fans want a 2-point shot. They're saying her foot was on the line. Coach Sims for Snider. Arguing for 3, and she will get 3. 3 free throws on the way for Nene Donahue. A 72% free throw shooter, knocks down the first one.
And Donahue throughout this first half was playing great for the Panthers on both sides of the ball, playing aggressive on defense, forcing turnovers, getting some second chance opportunities for the Panthers on offense. She has been playing fantastic, and now up to 7 points on the night. Dahouk been a huge impact player in this first half.
Nene Donahue, unstoppable. And that is the end of the first half. 36-27, Homestead lead. Now we're going to send it down to sideline reporter Jenna Lane, who's standing by with Coach Parker. Jenna?
Thanks, Anthony. I'm here with Coach Rod Parker. And Coach, a hot start offensively that has gotten you to this 9-point lead. How would you assess your team's first half?
Well, I like what we're doing on offense when we get into our half court, but we're making some very stupid passes, ill-advised passes in the back court. If we rebound better, I think we'll have a good chance the second half.
All right, good luck. And Anthony, back to you.
Thank you, Jenna. And Coach Parker said it very well. They have been making a lot of unclean passes in the backcourt, a lot of turnovers, not really what they want to see.
Yeah, it is not what you want to see if you're the Spartans. You got to be clean with the ball.
That is the end of the first half. When we come back, it'll be down to the halftime report with Braden Carroll.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
To get you home.
Ooh, I'm gonna eat you up when you go home. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Can't wait. I'm just gonna bite you.
Oh, baby. That looks amazing. Marcos, pizza lovers get it.
Marco's Pizza, located at 10345 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead Media's athletics coverage.
This is the OPS Halftime Report.
And welcome to the OPS Halftime Show. I'm Braden Carroll, joined by Noah Lance. After a first half that ended with Homestead up 36-27, big defensive battle that we saw there, Noah. And it ended with Homestead, a lot of jump balls there, but it ended with Homestead, who stayed the strongest.
It was definitely a really big defensive battle to start this game. Both teams having different strategies. Homestead starting man-to-man and then going to a zone. It worked really effectively. Snider coming out with a press. Homestead has done a really good job to break the press and find open shots.
And it was a nice first half performance from Allison Stevens as well. She had 10 points, getting in the double digits, and a big performance, especially in that first quarter where she had 8 points to kick off a Homestead first half.
She came out firing in this one, and she has been inconsistent this year, but when she is on fire, so is the team. She made 2 big threes, and she's having a great game. If she can continue making those threes, as well as her teammates, they could very well run away with this one.
And now let's go ahead and take a look at some SAC headlines. So first off, SAC in the polls, Homestead, they're at number 1, and Snider number 10, both of them in the 4A AP top 10. Huge for the SAC, getting a big showing there in the polls.
It is a huge matchup, especially when these two are playing against each other right now. Another top 10 battle for Homestead. They've been tested many times this season. They are doing pretty well with it so far, but this game could very well decide the girls' SAC conference for who's going to win it. Both are 6-0 right now, and it's going to come down to this game most likely.
And another one, the All-American nominees were announced on Wednesday, and Ayanna Patterson, she made her spot there by the McDonald's All-American game. Of course, the UConn signee, one of the top recruits in her class, and she's getting some recognition nationally.
It is a huge honor to be nominated for the McDonald's All-American game. And it just shows you that she is a great player, one of the best in the country. She could very well end up playing in that game, maybe even starting. Obviously, we do not know yet, but she is a great player, and it is great to see her getting some national recognition.
And in SAC football, a little conference realignment that we're going to see. There's a new conference schedule, 2 divisions, the big division and the small division. Homestead and Snider, they'll both be in the big division. Weeks 1 and 2 for out of conference, and then weeks 3 and 9 will be for conference play. The big note there, weeks 1 and 2 out of conference, Homestead's going to get the chance to play some Indy area schools possibly.
It would definitely be fun to see Homestead match up against some Indy area schools. It would only make this team better if they could play some tougher competition, even though they would likely struggle against those teams because of the dominance of the Indy area schools against teams around Fort Wayne and in the SAC. But Homestead definitely could schedule some tougher matchups.
And now we're going to take a little look at the SAC standings as they appear right now. So, of course, Homestead, Snider, these 2 teams playing today, and they're both up there at the top of the SAC standings. That's why this is such a big game. The winner of this is more than likely going to go out there and win the conference. This game, I mean, it is huge. It decides pretty much who's going to win the title.
These 2 teams are definitely the 2 best in the conference right now. The only undefeated. They've had some great wins, great resumes. Carroll is the 3rd team. They would be tied with Snider if Homestead would come away with the win here. But if Snider gets the win here, it'd be very interesting.
And Noah, there's 16 minutes of basketball left that we're going to see. Real quick, I need to know, what are your keys for both Homestead and Snider? Snider, of course, they're the team down right now by 9 at half. They're the team that needs to make the comeback. What do they have to do?
Snider is going to have to start hitting their open shots. They've gotten a lot of good looks, but they haven't been able to knock them down. Then also play some better defense, find an answer for Ayanna Patterson and Allie Stevens.
And then for Homestead, while they have the lead, what do they have to do to maintain it?
They just have to continue breaking that press. If they start to lose the press and they turn it over, they could run into a lot of problems.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the OPS halftime show. I'm Braden Carroll. Noah Lance joined me here. And we will see you for the post-game report after the remaining 16 minutes of this game. Enjoy the remainder of Homestead Snider.
Rethink your limits.
Welcome back to Homestead High School. Thank you, Braden and Noah, for that great halftime report. We are just about to get started here in the second half of play. Music playing, student sections on their feet. You can feel the energy coming back.
Yeah, the energy is right back into this arena with the student section on their feet and the girls getting ready to go back out and start this second half of play. With a Homestead nice first half, Snider gonna have to turn it around in this second half.
And a great job for Snider, though, staying in the ball game. There were so many opportunities where Homestead could have pulled away, but they just wouldn't let it happen. Now, can they keep that up, and can they turn it into a positive momentum to start really crushing in on Homestead's game?
That's what they're gonna have to get going. They got to have momentum, consecutive possessions, scoring and getting stops. They got to go on runs, and they are a dangerous team to go on runs.
Patterson with the open lane, no good. Now Snider with the chance on offense. Levette tripped up, still drives in, layup, no good, and an offensive board again. Levette, step back three, knocks it down.
And who else but Dahouk leading to the second chance points with the offensive rebound and the assist there. Dahouk been all over the floor tonight.
Dahouk playing with emotion in this game, only a sophomore. Homestead got to answer on offense, got to keep the crowd in their favor. Jump shot by Molly Stock, no good, and the board by Dahouk.
And then Dahouk draws a foul. She is doing everything tonight.
Dahouk being a fun player to watch, 8 points and about 8 aggressive plays on the floor. She is a fun player.
Dahouk just averaging 7 points per game, but is making a huge impact throughout this game so far.
Just another one of those role players as Levette taking control of the game. Looking to the student section for Homestead, knowing that the comeback is on its way. Stock, ball tipped by Dahouk, keeps possession. Stevens drives to the basket, beautiful hesitation, and lays it in. Homestead's lead back up to 6.
And huge for the Spartans to answer as Snider was starting to build up a little bit of a run of their own.
Poole slowing down the offense. Homestead back in man defense. Levette in the face of Stock leaves it way short. Kinsley pass to Patterson, unclean. Stevens keeps it alive. Patterson guarded free throw line jumper, knocks it down. Ayana Patterson with some open space and an open shot. Offensive side, shot no good. Great blocked by Patterson and a foul. Ayana Patterson and the crowd can't believe it. Shot no good, offensive board. And I don't know about you, Noah, but that looked pretty clean to me.
On that second attempt, there was some contact between Ayana Patterson's under armpit and Craig's shoulder there, so that probably was where the refs or the officials got the foul on that one.
That's a good look, Noah. That could very well be why Craig is at the line right now. Second free throw, good. 6-point lead for the Spartans. Snider has cut into it by 6 points so far this game. Stevens, open, jumper for 3. Beautiful! Allie Stevens has the magical note of being 3 for 3 from 3. You see Allie Stevens just halting, taking the shot, not phased, though she is playing an incredible game right now.
Allie Stevens has played phenomenal. We saw it come out hot, and then she is continuing it right there.
Poole, 3, no good. Stock crosses the court. Homestead defending their 9-point lead that they had at halftime. Trying to add to it. Patterson drives to the basket. Contact, no foul, and offensive board, defensive board for Snider. Open three. Knocked down. Jaya Levette is playing her best basketball of the season to start this third quarter.
Levette already with 8 points in this third quarter, showing why she is a dominant scorer and looking like a phenomenal scorer.
And Coach Parker is having enough of it. He calls a timeout, a 30-second timeout, to just go over the players, calm down the momentum that Snider has.
Yeah, Snider really building up that momentum. Have only cut the lead by 6 so far in this third quarter, or have only cut it to 6 though so far in this third quarter.
And since the last time we looked at the stats, Homestead's shooting percentages have gone down a little bit. They're no longer 60% from the field and 80% from three. They've dropped a little bit, and Snider has gone up a little bit. But I think the major thing that stands out to me is Snider winning by 2 in the rebounding game.
That's really surprising, especially with how Ayanna Patterson has dominated on the offensive end with her size advantage. You think the size advantage would also apply to the to the rebounding.
Molly Stock calls out play number 5 with her hands. We'll see what Parker has drawn up. Snider in a man defense. Trying to look for that ISO with Patterson. They get it. Shot no good. And a foul.
And that's really the only way you can stop Ayanna Patterson is by fouling, because Ayanna Patterson is just such a dominant force down low. It is just an unstoppable thing when she gets that close to the hoop.
And now, chance for 2 more points at the line. First one is good off the rim. Homestead still 100% from the free throw line.
And that's been huge for the Spartans in their ability to get this lead, knocking down free throws with ease.
Staying at 100%, Homestead. It's going to be hard to beat them late in the game if they keep making their free throws. Foul game might not work. Snider trying to keep their hot offense alive. Poole drives in, tries to pick up the foul on Patterson, doesn't happen. Patterson with the board. She's up to 10 rebounds and a double-double. Patterson to the lane and in. Ayanna Patterson, double-double with 20 points. Beautiful move, airballed for Destiny Craig. Homestead back on offense with a fast break. And Molly Stock gets fouled by Nene Donahue.
Both teams just going right back and forth with fast breaks. And how about this drive to the rim by Ayanna Patterson, splitting the defense and laying it up off the glass.
There were 5 players for Snider. That could have been closed in on her, and we're starting to. Stevens with a 3. No good. Misses her first 3-pointer of the game. Levette to the basket. Left-hand layup, no good. Homestead with a 5-on-4. Until Levette gets back. Stock, pass to Patterson, unclean, and stolen away by Snider. Levette, 2-on-1, gets trapped and has to give it away. Pass, shot blocked, but stays with Snider. Open 3 from the corner. Donahue, no good, and rebounded by Ayanna Patterson.
Snider really starting to settle for the jump shots. They got to get back to attacking the rim and then kick it out when you draw the defense in and get open looks.
Foul called on Destiny Craig, her 3rd foul of the game, and that is not good for Snider. Craig currently with 11 points, but now 3 fouls. Patterson, deep shot, no good. Rebound by Kinsley, great awareness. Pump fake, no good, and can't make the layup. Snider attacking offensively, down by 10. Homestead has been on a run.
Spartans going back to that zone defense.
Poole, deep 3, no good. Another rebound for Patterson to Stock, and she does not get fouled. Stevens with the 3. Beautiful! Stevens with the three-pointer and the pose. 18 points for Stevens. She is en fuego. And you see the pass by Royce, the awareness, and the drainage by Stevens.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Welcome back to the third quarter between Homestead and Snider. And after the lead for Homestead being cut down to 6, they have been on a run.
Yeah, Homestead just flipped it around right away, answered the Snider run with a run of their own that was led with that that was capped off with that Allie Stevens three-pointer to force the timeout by the Panthers.
Snider, they've got to find an answer. They need to use all their star players. Levette, Craig, Poole, all averaging more than 12 points this year. Craig to Levette. Levette drives inside, left-hand layup. Knocks it down.
A nice attack of the rim there for the Panthers, and that's what you want to see. Get the good looks and get them often.
Patterson, ISO ball, no good. And the ball dribbled off of Maggie Kinsley's foot. She thought it was off on Snider. Look at this left-handed layup. Just takes the 2 steps, gets far enough away from Patterson's reach, and puts it in off the glass.
Lovette is such a dangerous scorer, showing it at all levels, the ability to attack the rim and shoot from beyond.
Patterson struggling as of late from the field. Seems like the emotion, the pressure from Snider starting to get to her a little bit. They're not getting to Allie Stevens, that's for sure.
The Snider defense finally finding ways to force Ayanna Patterson to miss a couple shots.
Snider down by 11. Gets Craig, open 3, no good, off the rim, and she saves it from going out of bounds, but Homestead recovers. Royce, pass, intercepted by Donahue. Pass, and a foul called on Emma Royce. She can't believe it. And Destiny Craig heading to the free throw line.
Destiny Craig has been drawing fouls left and right all night long on the Spartans, and another one there.
She has quite a few fouls of herself. 3 for her. One of the 3 players in foul trouble. Free throw good for Craig. She is up to 12 points.
And even though the Homestead Spartans have been in control of this one throughout, they still have left the door open for the Panthers, and Snider has a great chance to come back in this one.
Patterson with the board off the free throw. She's going to take it herself down the court. Gets it away to Kinsley. Kinsley, spin move in the paint, blocked, and the foul called.
Kinsley has shot a lot of free throws on the season, and that story continues here tonight with her aggressive takes towards the rim.
She is so good at drawing the fouls in any possible way she can. First free throw, no good. It's the Homestead Spartans' first free throw miss of the night.
And Coach Parker taking out Allie Stevens right now as she has 3 fouls with 9 minutes left in this game, trying to avoid a foul out there.
Both free throws missed for Kinsley. Snider on the attack, just under a minute to go in the third quarter. Still anyone's ball game. Craig picks up the foul on Sydney Freem. This game has had so many fouls.
Yeah, just the last couple of minutes, it's been fouling back and forth between these teams. Aggressive defense is really starting to make the officials blow their whistles.
Poole, deep three, no good. She's struggled from beyond today. Patterson hands it off to Kinsley. We'll see how long Homestead holds it if they do. Kinsley gets to Royce, top of the key three, too strong, and Snider recovers. 25 seconds left in the third. Snider, open three, short for Levette. And an offensive board again for the Snider Panthers. 13 seconds left. They've got to do something. Foul picked up by Craig. She is playing risky ball in foul trouble and picks up another foul.
Craig once again going to be heading to the free throw line. Has been drawing fouls left and right here tonight with her aggressive takes towards the rim. A 64% free throw shooter on the season, with a chance to cut it to the single digits entering the fourth quarter here.
This is not something we rarely see, but Sydney Freem is now in foul trouble with 3 fouls. 7th man off the bench typically for the Spartans. She's going to stay in the game. Evie Bottoms comes back in. Fresh legs, fresh fouls. No fouls for Evie Bottoms. Second free throw by Craig. On the way, and good. 9-point lead for Homestead, just as where they left it at halftime. 8 seconds. They're going to try to get a shot. Stock to Royce. She's got to put up a shot. Pass to Patterson. Unclean. And the clock stops with just 0.3 seconds left on the clock.
And it's not unheard of to see something crazy come out of 0.3 seconds, but most likely this is going to end up as the end of the third quarter.
9 seconds left, and that is the end of the third quarter. At the end of 3, the lead hasn't changed for Homestead. 9-point lead, 50-41. It's truly anyone's ballgame.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Welcome back to Homestead High School. Now we're going to set it down to sideline reporter Nada Dahouk, who's standing by with the story on the crowd. Nada?
Anthony, if you're wondering just how big this game is for the SAC, listen to this. Since Homestead joined the conference back in 2015, this is the latest that 2 unbeaten conference teams have played against each other. In fact, we've yet to see 2 unbeatens play even after winter break. Anthony, I think it's safe to say that these 2 teams tonight playing against each other will go down in the record books for the SAC. Back to you.
Thank you, Nada. And this game is huge, and you can tell just by the sell-out crowd tonight. Both boys and girls basketball games are so huge, so important, but it is rare that we see this many fans turn up for a girls basketball game.
I mean, when you see 6-0 versus 6-0 playing against each other in the SAC, basically an SAC championship game, who wouldn't want to be here watching?
And now it's the third quarter to the fourth quarter, meaning it's the witching hour, folks, where wins turn to losses and losses turn to wins. Anyone's ball game, 9-point game, Homestead leads. Any team can get hot at any given time as Royce with the steal, 1-on-1 layup, icing in. Royce with a big defensive play, just like she's done all season long. And another big defensive play for Royce. We've gotten back for Snider. And the layup no good for Donahue. Stevens thought about 3. Delivers it to Bottoms. Hard pass to Patterson. Now a 3 for Royce. No good in the corner. She attempts to get the rebound. And it's going to be out of bounds off of Emma Royce.
Emma Royce with the huge steal to start off this fourth quarter, and then a nice lay-in in the fast break. Just a beautiful lay-in to get that fourth quarter started off right for the Spartans.
A lead up to 11. It's hard to come back in these games, but there have been crazier things that happen in high school basketball. Craig had the open three, didn't take it. Layup to the basket, no good, and the rebound for Homestead. Stock in transition, tries to slow it down, and gets fouled by Nene Dahouk.
Dahouk once again playing aggressive defense, that time leading to the foul, which is her third foul of this ball game. So now multiple Panthers in foul trouble.
And some Spartans as well, too. Maggie Kinsley, Sydney Freem, and Allie Stevens. Ayanna Patterson uses her strength, and she's up to 22 points tonight.
Patterson once again showing her dominance down low.
Snider looking for some points, and an air ball by Poole, and a block by Patterson. So far, everything going their way in the fourth quarter. Patterson spin move to the basket, and in! That has to be the prettiest play all season long for the Spartans. Shot for Lafette silences the crowd. But man, how about Ayanna Patterson?
Patterson just unstoppable. Had the ball handle, got a nice look to the rim, and then a spin move around the defender and got a nice lane.
Stock thought about three. Homestead gonna do a lot of passing. Stevens for three, no good, and Royce can't come down with the rebound. Dahouk gotta get some points for Snider. Shot off the glass and in. Jordan Poole trying to keep the Panthers in this game. 11-point lead for Homestead.
Panthers gotta start cutting into this lead quick. They're already on a 4-0 run right now. Gotta continue the momentum.
Pass stolen by Levette. Great read. Her layup up and in. And now here comes the Snider faithful making some noise.
Levette with the nice steal and the nice lay-in in transition, and hype after that one, celebrating as she cuts the lead down to single digits.
And another timeout taken to slow down the crowd. They're getting pretty excited over on the Snider side.
Both sides of the crowd have been electric so far throughout this one, just getting louder and louder as this game has gone on.
And you can feel they're excited. The Snider fans know that they are not out of this ball game. Just seeing plays like that from Jaya Levette and some other plays in this game by Jordan Poole, Nene Dahouk, and of course Destiny Craig being the free throw line is keeping their faith high in this game. They know their girls can do a lot to a team in one quarter. Just last week, they put up 43 points in one quarter against Northrop. This Snider team is never a team you can count out.
100%. This Snider team can just explode out of nowhere and go on a huge run against any team. And right now, Homestead got to play clean. Don't let Snider force sloppy mistakes.
Right now, Ayanna Patterson out of the game, getting a little bit of rest. Stevens again thought about three and gets the ball stolen away. They're going to call a jump ball. Possession stays with the Spartans. Stock to inbound the ball. Gets it into Stevens. I'm going to stop. Spartans haven't played well this year without Patterson in the game. Maggie Kinsley with a quick move. Shot no good. Royce goes up for the rebound, can't get it. Snider with a chance. Poole, three. Short. Rebound by Kabish. Three. Too strong for Levette. And a foul. It looks like it's going to go on Emma Royce based on the reaction in her face. And correction, that is going to go on Allie Stevens, her fourth foul.
That's a big one. Putting her at 4 fouls with 4:30 left, it becomes dangerous to have her out on the court as she could foul out at any moment. And that's also the 7th foul on Homestead, putting Snider into the bonus.
Allie Stevens has had an incredible game so far. 18 points as the free throw. Good for Craig. Stevens has had 18 points. She's shooting 4 for 6 from 3. Done everything you can ask out of her except stay out of foul trouble. Second free throw. Good. Craig cuts Homestead's lead down to 7. You can feel Snider coming back. Patterson back into the game for Homestead, looking for a crowd stopper. Open pass. Stevens for 3. Short, in and out. And out of bounds off of K-Bish. Homestead keeps the ball.
And even though Allie Stevens did not get that one to fall, that's what you want to keep on trying to do. Drive inside and then kick out to the open defender.
Allie Stevens goes to the bench with her 4 fouls. Coach Parker not playing risky. Patterson, another catch, another layup. 26 points for her tonight. Levette drives inside, puts up a floater, and knocks it down. How about Jaya Levette? What do you know about her? 20 points in this game.
Levette, a great scorer. We've seen her before in previous years score up to 50 points in a game.
And Stock dribbles over the line, and that is an over and back. Snider down by 7 with the ball. Chance to cut this to a 2-possession game.
Snider has not been able to get all the way back into this since early in the first quarter, but right now they are getting their way back into it. They're working, and this is a huge offensive possession to try to continue to chop down that Homestead lead.
Homestead started the game 4 for 5 from 3. Now they are 6 for 17, 6 for 13. Patterson with the steal and a foul called on Snider's Jordan Poole, forced by Patterson. 6th foul on Snider.
Trying to draw the charge there. I agree with the decision by Poole, but just a little bit too late coming in with the contact.
Poole now the 3rd Panther in foul trouble. It's Poole, Donahue, and Craig all with 3 fouls. And they're going to call a push on Donahue. That is going to be her 4th foul, bringing Homestead into the bonus. From here on out, for both teams, it will be 1-on-1 shots from the free throw line.
And Donahue getting her 4th foul is going to be crucial. We've seen her play great on both ends throughout the game tonight. Coach Sims not opting to take her out quite yet, though, with 3:20 left.
With the way Donahue played in that first half, probably doesn't want to, just needs a little bit more spark from her in the second half. She started off incredible all over the floor. In the second half has been pretty much silent. Homestead in a zone, trying to snuff out this offense for the last 3 minutes. Open 3 for Donahue. Too strong and out of bounds off of Maggie Kinsley.
Panthers getting the possession right back. Being down 9 with 3 minutes left, they can definitely cut their way back into this game, but it's got to go quick. They got to start scoring quickly and attacking the rim.
Levette, shot floater over the hands of Patterson. And at this point, the strategy for Snider has got to be let Levette cook.
Levette has been an electric scorer all night, scoring at all levels.
Patterson picks up the foul underneath the basket, does it again. She's at 26 points, and now is a chance to add.
Patterson gonna draw fouls left and right whenever she gets it down low.
That is the 3rd foul on Samantha K-Bish. 4th Panther in foul trouble. Patterson, first free throw good. Homestead's lead up to 8.
Now Levette is the only starter for the Panthers not with 3 or more fouls.
2nd free throw good for Patterson. She is at 28 points and 15 rebounds. An incredible performance, possibly her best of the year on the biggest stage of the year. Pass tipped out of bounds by Maggie Kinsley into the student section.
Panthers got to avoid turning the ball over. It was close there. A turnover could be very killer to their comeback attempts right now.
They've got to cut the lead down fast. Poole for three. Beautiful. Beautiful jump, beautiful stroke. It's a 6-point game. Stock's got to get across half court. Gets it to Kinsley. She's trapped. Stock. Not many seconds left. Gets across over to Patterson. One-on-one. 30 points. Ayanna Patterson with 30 in the biggest game of the year in front of the biggest crowd of the year. Levette blocked by Patterson. And the foul called.
Patterson, what a dominant performance all around tonight. And look at this layup, floating in the air and getting it off the glass. Ayanna Patterson, dominant all night long and showing up big with her 30.
First free throw, no good. Spartan faithful wasn't happy with the call. Now they're loud for these free throws. How does Levette handle the pressure at the line? 76% free throw shooter, makes the second. And a substitution, Allie Stevens, 18 points, 4 fouls, back into the game. All Homestead starters are in for the final minutes. Stock, trap stolen away by Donahue. Her layup off the glass, no good. Offensive board. And a jump ball. Maggie Kinsley forces the jump ball. Possession stays with Snider.
Huge to force the jump ball there. Even though possession stays with Snider, taking away a jump ball late is going to be huge and crucial.
Now Snider can't force the jump ball on defense and get possession. Pass gets it in. They need a three. Poole, jumper, splash! Four-point lead.
How about Jordan Poole? Struggled early on in this one, but 2 crucial threes knocked down late in this fourth quarter.
Royce crosses half court. Pass intercepted. Gray has Snider on their feet. Poole for three. No good. Rebounded by Stevens, and she gets fouled.
Almost cut it down to 1 with that three-pointer. Snider quickly changing momentum. But here, Allie Stevens has a chance to cut down that momentum from the Panthers.
That three-point miss brought Snider down to 6 for 24 from 3, in line with their season average. That's 25%. Whole season, they're 26%. Stevens, with the noise in her ears, makes the first one. 19 points for Allie Stevens. Her and Patterson have done everything on the big stage. And coming up for Homestead, they've only got 4 games left after this one. Patterson, Stevens knocks down the second one to get up to 20. A couple more smaller games on Homestead's schedule, but it's all about this one. Can they hold on? Can they defend the 6-point lead? Poole, deep three, short, caught by Patterson.
And now this is it. The Snider Panthers defense needs a stop on this possession.
There's no shot clock in Indiana. Homestead can try to pass and hold as much as they can. Coach Sims is calling for them to foul, and it's stolen away. Here comes Levette, loses control, gains it back. Pass outside, Donahue to Poole. Donahue for three. No good, rebounded by Kinsley. 50 seconds left, Snider has the foul, and it's Donahue with her 5th foul, fouling Homestead's #1 free throw shooter.
What a possession there for Snider. Had a good look for 3, just could not get it to go. And now Molly Stock with a chance to almost ice this ball game, make it a 2-possession game with under 50, or 3-possession game with under 50 seconds left in the fourth.
All of Homestead back on defense. Stock all alone under the pressure. She's a 94% free throw shooter. First free throw. Thinks about it and in.
That hit all around the rim and then dropped.
A little bit risky. And coming up later tonight, the SAC battle continues. Homestead boys play the Snider boys as Molly Stock extends the lead to 8 points. It looks like Homestead is going to hold on to win this one. The crowd into it. Poole takes a wild jumper, banks it in. Timeout by Coach Sims in a 5-point lead for Homestead.
Snider will not go away right now. Back and forth, they keep on coming back into this one and keeping hopes alive. Right now with 34.4 and no shot clock left, it's got to be steals, and they got to force turnovers like they have all game long. Homestead at 19, Snider at 11. Homestead just don't turn over the ball, and they are going to be able to hold on to this one.
They haven't kept control of the ball this game. One of their worst turnover games of the year. In Snider, since the first quarter, has only turned the ball over 3 times. That's what's keeping them in this ball game.
Snider was struggling early on with turnovers just like the Spartans, but since then, they have been forcing turnovers left and right, and the Panthers have avoided it.
And the fans in this arena clapping their hands. This game is coming down to the final minute. High attendance for both games, especially this girls basketball game. We've already said it once, but the highest attendance by far for a girls basketball game that we've seen since at least the state run back in 2017.
It has been insane all night long, the atmosphere for this girls basketball game. We have not seen an atmosphere like this all season, like you were just saying, but it has been amazing for this game here tonight.
The atmosphere, the crowd. You knew this game was going to come down to the final minute, and it has. Homestead gets the inbound to Molly Stock, the person they want to get it to, and Snider fouls. That foul is going to go on Jaya Levette, her 3rd foul.
And Stock, over a 90% free throw shooter on the season, 94 actually on the year. And now with 30 seconds left, once again, shooting big free throws for the Spartans.
Stock first free throw, good. She has been premium under pressure versus Mishawaka Marion when it was a close game, versus South Bend Washington when that game was close. And Stock again. 2 for 2 from the line. 7-point game. Snider needs a shot. Poole to Levette for 3. Beauty! Stevens inbounds to Stock. Ball on the ground, stolen away. Levette, no! Rebound by Stevens! And gets it away to Royce. 12 seconds to Stock. Holds the ball 9 seconds. And that is going to be the ball game. And a foul call, but Molly Stock a chance to ice away this game. 4.7 seconds. And how about Homestead? It's the ball movement all night long, and it was the ball movement to close the game.
Wow, to finish out this one, an exciting finish. Snider almost working their way back into it, but not able to in the closing moments.
Molly Stock misses her first free throw of the game. Now Coach Parker calling a timeout just to make sure his team knows no shots can fall.
Coach Parker definitely not wanting to see Snider knock down a triple just to avoid a potential worst case scenario for the Spartans where Snider somehow were to send this to overtime or win.
This game has lived up to all the expectations. Both teams undefeated in the conference entering the game. And now a 4-point game. This is a revenge game for the Spartans. Don't forget, they lost by 4 last year against Snider when they finished 7-2 in the SAC. Of course, they lost to Carroll as well in the regular season. They've already gotten that revenge game. Ayanna Patterson said it after the first game of the year when they blew out Carmel. This year is all about revenge. They're coming for the SAC title. They're coming for the state title. Now a chance to essentially win the SAC. Molly Stock gives Homestead a 5-point lead. Inbound to Poole, 3 seconds. She heaves up a deep shot. Air ball, clock stops with 0.3 seconds left. And that is going to be the ball game. Kinsley inbounds to Stevens. And Homestead holds on to win the game of of the year and advance to 17-1.
What a performance by the Spartans overall, and it mainly came from Allie Stevens and Ayanna Patterson.
Those two played their hearts out. Stevens had 20 points, even with foul trouble, stayed elite, and Patterson with the double queen with 30 points, 16 rebounds. We're going to send it down to sideline reporter Jenna who's standing by with the player of the game and the girl that stepped up, Allie Stevens.
Thanks, Anthony. I'm here with Allie Stevens. And Allie, big win tonight over one of the biggest teams of the SAC. How were the Spartans able to get the job done tonight?
We knocked down shots when we could. We got it in Indiana as much as we could. We got those tough rebounds, and I think that's what made us win.
And Snider made a few runs at you in the second half. How were you able to regroup to seal the deal?
Just keep our energy maintained, try to get more energy throughout the out time, and just do what we have to do. Just go on the court and have fun and play our game.
And talk about the crowd tonight. You haven't been in an atmosphere like this in 2 years. What did it feel like playing in front of a packed house tonight?
It was super fun to have all these people back. They brought us more energy, and I think that's what made us win. They helped us out. They gave us more energy, and that's what made us knock down shots.
And 13-game winning streak currently for the Spartans. How much better can this team get?
We just got to put in more work, just fulfilling our goals to win the SAC and then get to the state championship.
All right, thank you so much. Anthony, back to you.
Thank you, Jenna. And Allie Stevens, who had an incredible performance tonight, 4 for 7 from 3, 3 for 5 from the field. She said it pretty well, I think. They fulfilled their goal to win the SAC. Of course, they hold on to win their last 2 games versus Northside and Northrop. And then that state title, that gleaming state title that they're hoping for.
It's been a good start for the Spartans, definitely. Now unbeaten in SAC, the only unbeaten in the SAC left.
And we're going to wrap up our part of the live stream. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it is time for the OPS post-game show with Braden Carroll and Noah Lance. Thank you for watching this incredible basketball game.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Show following an exciting girls game between Homestead and Snider that ended in the Spartans winning 71-66. I'm Braden Carroll, joined by Noah Lance. And Noah, what a game here. Hype crowd, amazing environment, and great finish.
I got one thing to say. High school basketball is back. We haven't had a crowd like this in over 2 years. It was amazing to see. The atmosphere was unlike any other game this year, and it was just a great first game. Hope to see it carry into the second one here.
And let's go ahead and look at some final stats from the game between Homestead and Snider. Obviously, it was Homestead. They had a great shooting game. They're 51%. Snider, they were down to 31%. From beyond the arc, man, Homestead, they dominated 46% even from the free throw line there. This was a great shooting night from Homestead, high scoring, and man, it really showed.
And that's really where they dominated in this game, hitting their shots down the stretch, making the free throws they needed to. Only 3 missed free throws in this game is great for them. They had a better shooting percentage from behind the arc, even though they didn't make as many, but missing 21 shots for the Panthers is really crucial.
And turnovers as well. We talked about how defense was a big factor. 20 turnovers Snider was able to force, and still Homestead were able to pull away at the end.
And Homestead really struggled with that press at the end, but they're able to clean it up and still come out with the win. They did a good job of finishing it and not letting this game get out of their hands.
And Noah, a fantastic game. I gotta ask you, who was your player of the game tonight?
I think it was Ayanna Patterson. She just dominated down low, and especially in that second half. She had 30 points overall. Allie Stevens had a good game, but Patterson was too dominant for the Panthers.
And Homestead, hey, they pretty much control their own destiny now in the SAC. Right up there, right at the top, and Snider knocked off.
Yep, now they've just got one more game. They got to beat Northside, claim the SAC title again. They didn't get it last year, but they can claim it here.
And we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. Stay tuned here on Homestead Live. Next up, the big boys game between Homestead and Snider. You won't want to miss it. I'm Braden Carroll. Noah Lance join you. Stick around. You won't want to miss the boys game.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits.